This is not how I imagined my first day.
Hello everyone, this is Jester Hut Productions, my name is Tino, and today we're gonna go back to the Resident Evil 2 remake trailer. Last time I did a reaction trailer review, and after I rewatched the trailer a couple of times, I noticed a group of images flashing a fraction of a second before and after longer sessions of the trailer footage. Also, I noticed this happened a couple of times in the trailer. After getting a closer look, I got to discover images that help us understand the new story orientation that the game will take this time around. As everyone knows, the new Resident Evil 2 remake will make a lot of changes without staying too far from its original blueprints, making the story more reasonable and believable. On this video, I'll be showing you the images together with a breakdown, explanation, and my personal opinion on the subject. Also, I'll be giving my personal theories on what the beginning hours of the game's story may turn out to be. But before we jump into the good stuff, I just want to say, if you haven't seen the trailer 2 of Resident Evil 2 Remake, I recommend to close this video, watch it and return after. I'll leave a link in the description below to the original trailer, no commentary. Also, I would like to mention that the theory and explanations are my opinion and nothing more. I could be completely wrong. With that in mind, let us dive into the video. The trailer opens up with Leon walking towards the RPD building doors. Then the scene cuts and it takes us to a first group of images flashing a split of a second. The number one image that the trailer shows us is what appears to be the inside of Leon's vehicle. As everyone remembers, the original introduction to the 1998 game showed a white Jeep driving in a very empty freeway as it passed under traffic sign marked RACCOON City. By the looks of this image, we're able to consider the beginning might look very similar to its original source. However, there will be a lot of changes, starting with different camera angles. As Leon drives towards RACCOON City, we get an inside look of the vehicle he drives. Also, we might get some dialogue coming from our hero. Maybe there will be some radio news saying what's going on in the city, or maybe it will be just quiet. Also, this time around, he might explain why he decided to go to his new job in the middle of the night. Or if it was the night before, why was he wearing his uniform? Orientation maybe? Graveyard shift perhaps? Other very important change, and very obvious by now, is the mood and weather. The original game gave us a very gloomy, stormy night. However, there was no rain. In the newer version, the rain is super heavy. I believe adding rain into the game setting is a very nice move by the developer. You see, rain is mostly associated with sadness, depression, give us an edge of isolation, is even considered to be a bad luck omen. As for in this case, foreshadowing something bad's about to happen, or it's already happening, and our hero is about to dive headfirst into a very long night. The following image does not say much. However, I found it very interesting. The fact it shows us Leon's shadow against this just where open door, it gives us a little perspective of what's going on in the scene. There's a couple of things that we can point out in this image that can help us understand the situation much better. First, they show Leon's shadow. By doing this, it's hinting that our hero is hesitant to open the door. Perhaps he knows something's in the other side, and he's taking a moment to consider his option. Or maybe the door is a sign of hope. Also, we can see this setting is not very related to anywhere inside the RPD building. Plus, I never seen a police station with a very encouraging sign, "Yes, we're open." Also, there's 3 more hints. The next one is a small sign placed in the upper left side of the door that says, "Only 2 students at a time in the store, please." With that, we can confirm that for sure this is a store. So this means that it's related to the fight in between the sheriff and the zombie in the first trailer with the rat's perspective. But there's another question. Is this the outside of the building and Leon's about to go inside? Well, yes and yes. Yes, number 1, because we know that Leon is facing the door and not the other way, because we see that he is carrying his weapon on the right side, and we also know that Leon's a right-handed, so for sure he's facing the door. And there's a light casting from behind our hero. Also, we know that he is outside because we can see some bottles to the left, but those are not bottles. It looks more like a promotional ad. Plus, there's some decoration in the lower part of the wall. It looks like the tile that you see in bathrooms. It looks very dirty and beat up. The wall also looks dirty and cracked in some parts, so that can only mean that this is the outside and our hero is about to go inside. On this other image, we see our friend Jerry having a bad time. There's not a lot to say, however, we can clearly see that somebody just hurt our friend Jerry, and Leon just so happened to be there. And of course, since our hero decided to be wearing his uniform, and since it's deeply in our hero's heart, he's gonna help somebody in need. So Jerry is pointing towards the direction in where he got hurt. And but I mean by Jerry, I mean that obviously he's an employee, and when our hero went inside the store, he got to see this person pointing to the direction of where he got hurt, so he's gonna go and investigate. Leon continues to walk towards the RPD building door. Now we get this cool shot of the Raccoon City traffic sign. This only means it's part of the cutscene when Leon passes under the sign going towards the city. The camera goes from filming the jeep, then it moves up to get a close-up from the famous traffic sign. The only difference this time around is that it says no Raccoon City instead of saying just Raccoon City. That's a little different, but I don't think it's a very meaningful subject. It's just a stating proper direction. This image doesn't say much. The only thing I could think is that we are looking at a close-up of a glass window in some vehicle, maybe Leon, looking from inside to outside. That's why we see those city lights in the distance and kind of blurry because of the rain. Okay guys, on this image there's nothing we can... Whoa! Is that a huge umbrella sign that I'm seeing? Cool. I guess there's nothing else to say. Guilty, guilty. This other image is like the one before, and this one I have no idea what's going on besides whoever's point of view is dead. He must be on some weird substance. Maybe it's a flashback. Also, it could be somebody got hurt and we're looking through his point of view and he's seeing stars. Alright, this is a super interesting picture. This can only mean one thing. The fire that we see, it must be from the accident from Leon, Claire, and the truck delivery guy. Oh, and also that zombie that for some reason looks very much like Leon. It's easy to point out that the RPD building is just behind those zombies and it's very close by. I think it's the little cutscene before we as a player take control over the main protagonist. Leon continues walking towards the RPD building. This other image is also very interesting. At first glance, we see some zombies feasting in some poor victim, but I believe this image has more meaning than what it makes us believe. This particular shot takes me back to the original Resident Evil where either Chris or Jill meet the first zombie ever. This also could be when Leon first arrives to Raccoon City and he gets suspicious of not a lot of people being around in the street. So he finds some people in front of him, but they look weird and suspicious, and Leo gets out of the car to investigate. So I believe these zombies must be the first zombie Leon encounters. I also think the shot is from the previous scene. It looks like another zombie detected fresh meat and is about to go for the kill. Also, I think the zombie kinda looks like the other zombie that was eating first time around. The only way I can point it out is that the shirt the zombie is using kinda looks very much close to the one that the zombie was wearing in the previous picture. Now Leon just contemplating the RPD building doors. Leon. Okay, it's gonna look cool right here. Should I take a selfie? Oh wait, I can't. This is 1998. And then we get this. William Birkin's ugly shoulder is a complete reinvented version from the original, but nonetheless a big googly eyeball. Then he follows with a huge zoom into the iris, and then boom! Leon opens the door to reveal the iconic RPD building living room. Very clean if you ask me, representing those shiny marble floors combined with the prestige oak, with the only difference being the help desk in front of Lady Justice compared to the original in which Lady Justice was front and center. Now it just makes you believe you just went through the back door. Then we get a glimpse of Cat. On this one, we get a very nice view of the devastation created by angry protesters. Just kidding, you know who did this. Well, just a couple things we can get out of this picture. At first glance, there's a big sign right to the back to the right side that says Arucas. And well, I really don't know what that means. It could be just a random name, but you know Capcom, it could be something much deeper than that. But I couldn't find nothing that gives me an answer, but after breaking my head for 10 minutes looking for Aruka's name, thinking that it sounds like a car brand, I found that if you read it backwards it says Sakura, but then I was thinking what connection there is with Capcom, besides that Sakura character was gonna be a zombie cameo. Yes! No, it's not gonna happen. But also Sakura Name means cherry blossom 3 in Japanese. And then I saw the signs from the gods. And after I googled it, I discovered that apparently there's a character named Sakura in Street Fighters. And since I'm not a big fan of Street Fighter, so it's just not my thing. And my only experience with the game is the really old ones for Sega Genesis that I played, where Chun-Li is the only female character in the game. But then again, I could just making a big deal out of nothing. And I'm just overthinking stuff. Other thing I would like to point out is the big bridge at the back that connects the buildings from side to side. It looks like a bridge for pedestrian, or it could be train tracks. I just thought it looks cool. Okay, carry on. Now we get another angle from the previous shot, but nothing else to say beside the fact if I was the one in charge of cleaning this city, I would be so pissed off. On this shot, Leon just went into the supermarket where I believe he will find our employee of the month, Jerry, not having a very good day. Oh, poor Jerry, he's the best. Then we get this shot of Hero walking towards the semi-open door somewhere in the back, and you know this can only mean one thing. Yes, we're talking about the fight between the sheriff and the zombie after I assume Leon went inside the store, saw the victim, Jerry. Jerry is still recently bit, so Jerry is pointing to a direction where he got hurt, and he's probably gonna say, oh, one of your comrades is there, maybe he'll need your assistance. Another thing I would like to mention is the way our hero is walking. Notice he's walking with the flashlight up. He has his weapon hand in a very relaxed posture. If it's not part of the regular gameplay, that's a very nice little detail. Yes, our tall, handsome, super strong, professional, all-in-one role model of what it truly means to be a law enforcer. What? Down already? Oh well, I guess it's not his game. Oh, I found throughout the Resident Evil trailer pictures like this, inverted. I guess they want to highlight dramatic tension in some occasion. And well, with some Photoshop, you can easily reveal its true form caricature. Then there's the zombie, which I never understood zombies. They are super wasteful. They just go by once or twice and they just leave the rest. It's like getting an apple, biting it once or twice and leaving it there alone for eternity. And then the zombie just noticed, oh, fresh silky top of the line meat, and he's like, I want more. Then we get Leon looking super steamy, confused, like if in this universe the world zombie does not exist. But do not worry, let's call them walkers, because why not? We can also call them biters, clickers, dead meat, dead ones, cold ones, corpses, floaters, rotors, creepers, undead. But if you really feel frisky, you can call them them. Then we get Leon in a super close-up. Oh my. Then the walker is trying to act normal, like, oh, nothing happened here, let me walk slowly to you. But then BAM! I tricked you, you're mine. But Leon shot him saying, don't touch me, my mama washed my uniform with my favorite softener. Also, I want to mention that I like how the muzzle flies from the guns in these games are super strong. From the bullet explosion likes the whole area. I thought it was amazing since this game is full of very dark hallways. Then after the flash is gone, to turn pitch black once more. Just that little detail was very good and interesting. Then we see brain everywhere, you have no idea, everywhere. And then we see more brain. That's so cool. Oh, did I mention that we see a lot of brain? Oh, and there's a lot of brain. Oh, by the way, a lot of brain. I guess he got the brains. In this one we see the entrance to the RPD building. It looks very good. There's not a lot of zombies here. Also, I wouldn't be walking so like-minded, but this could be just a test, show the structure of the buildings and setting in the game. It could be completely different in the final version. It looks very good. I like it. Not much going on, but again, a very nice dark hallways. This is gonna be some scary game because of the hallways alone. Not knowing what's in front of you is a very scary feeling because you'll be terrified just to walk around. But in reality, it's not so bad, it's just your brain playing games with you. It's just pretty much like the atmosphere they provide, but it terrifies. It pretty much it takes me back to the Dead Space, in which just by the noises of the machinery, the little clicking, all of a sudden you slowly walking. It's like a something spark or like a wire spark, just giving the atmosphere. It gives you a lot of setting and scariness and makes you jumpy. And when you're hesitant, thinking, oh, something's gonna pop out. But when you finally relax and you're like, oh well, nothing's going on, maybe I just relax, and I was like, wow! You're like, wow! You know, you know. We get Leon again, but this time he's holding the flashlight, the right hand. So I'm thinking this is a cutscene compared to the regular gameplay that we've seen so far, where he's holding the flashlight with his left and the handgun on his right. Or it could be like an inverted scene. They probably want to face Leon a certain way, so it's like, oh, we're just gonna turn this one, you know, like flip it, and makes it look now that it's his left hand, but now he's his right hand. I mean, it could be the possibility as well. This is the work of an angry person that didn't want to pay his ticket. Also, this shot and the shot before, they're not related, even though they're making it seem like they are, but they're not. Just because Leon is holding the flashlight in the left, unless he likes to play around with the flashlight, tossing it from hand to hand, but at least that's what I'm thinking. Creepy hallways brings memories. Another inverted shot with the zombie lady in the background. Oh, and a cop behind her. Now they are about to bully our hero. Also, the light from the muzzle flash looking amazing, prestige. I really like the details so much. Okay, Leon is not doing so well. Oh, he just got bitten. Oh, so you know this is not real Leon. This is a stunt double. Do not worry, guys. Leon is perfectly okay. You didn't saw it, but just in a split of a second, Leon swapped spot with the stunt double. He's in his tray, relaxing, taking a nap. So no worry, guys. He's okay. Now we found the angry person that refused to pay the ticket and pictures before. But also this is a jump scare. It looks more like this guy fell asleep in between the chaos and he just woke up. He's like, whoa, what's going on? Oh, whoa, I'm flipping, whoa. That's what it looks like to me. This shot of this iconic rune, again, super dark. Me like it. One of the things I was wondering, in the original game there's a safe in that room right there, so I was wondering if it's the same safe combination from the original game would work to open this safe. I guess time will tell. We see Leon running from someone or something. Also, something I would like to point out again that I found very interesting is the way Leon holds his weapon. This time around, notice how he is running holding the flashlight in his left, but notice his right arm is down. You're probably asking, what's the big deal? Well, in the past game, they will always hold a weapon ready to shoot all the time. So putting this little detail gives a lot of human-like features to the character and makes him more realistic compared to holding the weapon ready to shoot all the time. I mean, they had to get tired at some point. Unless your character he holds his weapon for hours and hours, never gets tired. Look at those biceps, amazing. But in 7 he got depression and he lost his motivation in life and bicep. But do not worry, I have faith, he'll be back. In this scene we got this big old looking fence with only could be the RPD building looking from inside to outside, with a bunch of zombies trying to get inside, with probably part of a cutscene after Leon makes his way to the RPD building. Even though pictures ago it was completely empty. I mean, it's cutscene. In this image, it's making it look like Leon is looking back to the fence where all those zombies are trying to get him. This time around, I will say it does look fitting, but there's always a chance this belongs to another scene completely different. We'll see. We have another inverted picture. Easy to see Leon talking to somebody else with the fence in between them. And that other person, it looks pretty much like Claire. Okay, let's invert this. And yes, it's Claire. Now we get this zoom out of the same scene. It looks like there's a helicopter in the top, but doesn't look crashed like the one in the previous game. Just exploded. And then we get another inverted picture. If we invert it, yes, it looks like the helicopter was already there, because it didn't seem like the helicopter was flying and then crashed. It looks more like it was there and exploded again, just when Leon and Claire were talking to each other. Marvin, yeah! Looking super swag. There's a lot of rumors he has a much bigger role this time around than before, which is cool because we like Marvin, yeah! Okay. this guy is he's not looking so good. I don't know about you guys, but something tells me that he's not gonna make. One of the things that I like so much about the reinvented version of the Resident Evil 2 is the protagonist, Leon. Something that we know Leon to be an overconfident guy that has the mobility of entertainment from Cirque du Soleil with the response time of 110% in difficult situations all the way. Amen. But in this game, this guy looks terrified, super scared. Look at that face. Traumatic. Something that I really like to see is he going to a very traumatic emotional state, pretty much like Isaac from Dead Space. I think that will make a very cool touch for the character. Oh, speaking of Dead Space, one of the things that I noticed this time around in this game is the way they delivered the cutscene, or at least the ones I've seen so far. Reminds me much like Dead Space, The Last of Us, or even the new God of War, in which the main character you have control over has shoulder perspective, and when our hero triggers the cutscene, the camera moves around to show us the cutscene from over the shoulder to show the cutscene. And when the cutscene is done, camera moves back to its original position just behind our hero, like in this little clip right here. Okay, one of the things that I didn't like about this, and I had to be honest, is the fact that they changed the super thick, clunky, huge Windows 95 desktop computer. The only purpose in life was to open some doors. But this time around we got a laptop. It's okay, not a big deal, but I always thought that the super clunky, huge Windows 95 desktop computer gave the office-like to the help desk. But oh well, I guess this laptop will do. And this time we see a security camera. Still cool. We see some guy holding a Bear Grylls surviving guy in his hand, and he's like showing like, hey, I had the key to survive the night, bro. We see Leon again looking very lost, confused, tired, hungry, traumatized, cold and wet, but look at the hair, yo. Swag. Then we see Leon again interrogating some papers on the wall this time around. Oh, there's the guy with the Bear Grylls surviving guy. Maybe finally we'll have a body to talk to in this game. Oh, never mind. Now we catch Leon showing his parkour skills. I wonder if you can get something out of those vending machines, you know, like you can do in the Evil Within games. That would be very cool. Oh, there's a liquor in a different window, but do not be afraid. There's a window in between him and our hero. Everything should be just fine. But one thing I would like to say, even though I already spoke about it in 2 of the previous pictures, and that is the way Leon holds the flashlight when he's not being defensive, more like a relaxed state, putting his weapon down into a more comfortable position, and when finally you decide to attack, our hero goes into position ready to shoot, which again, that's a very huge improvement when it comes to give more authenticity to the experience. Good job, Capcom! Good job! Okay, in this image we can see Leon just got hurt and he's on the floor. Or he could just be taking a nap. Either way, I'm pretty sure this is a stunt double. But wait, somebody's trying to get the hero. Okay, the first time I saw this trailer, I thought that those hands were from a liquor trying to get Leon, but if you look closely, those hands don't look like liquor's hands, or paws, whatever they are. But then I thought maybe they're Melvin's hands. But then if you look closely again, you can see that these hands have like long sleeve shirt, and Melvin didn't have any long sleeve shirt, if you can see back in the pictures. But this is the part that I'm thinking is gonna happen when Leon gets in massive trouble and he's about to die, and Melvin saves him in the last moment, but for some reason Melvin has to stay back because that was the only way. In this image, we see Leon one more time, and by the looks of this particular shot, it looks like this is the part where Claire and Leon got separate after that accident of the truck driver and the guy that looks like Leon. Even Leon looks like he's just about to say, "Go to the police station, I'll meet you there." So, I mean, it could be a possibility. This one is super easy. It looks like our hero managed to get all 3 coins, even though it used to be just one super huge medallion. But you know, you're missing the reinvented part. This is cool because the game really wants you to work for it. Challenge accepted. Later placement on the statue Lady Justice, then opens secret passway to the RPD parking lot. All thanks to your super 5-second friend. I will never forget you, my 5-second friend. Okay guys, this one is the most intriguing to me. I can really place this building even though it looks like a church to me. I know Capcom was gonna reinvent the wheel for this remake. I just don't know what this place is. By the looks, it must be a very important way to be shown in the game trailer. I mean, from all the things they could have shown, they show this specific shot instead of some, I don't know, Chris left them. Claire, finally, we get to see her. This trailer is most focused in Leon, that is on Claire, so it makes me wonder, will the game give us 2 different campaigns for each protagonist, or will they be 2 stories crammed into 1 campaign? Also, maybe the first playthrough we start with Leon, and after clearing the game we get Claire's campaign. I mean, that would be a good way to put it on. It also gives a lot of replay value. We see Leon running towards the car, but it looks that he might be running away from something or someone. I guess we'll see in time. Also, by looking at the structure, it could be like either part of the sewers, and maybe Leon's is running away from the giant gator. It could be a cutscene, he running towards like the camera. Also, if you think about it guys, Capcom will actually give the power to play this game in its original formats. I'm thinking they might give us a version to play in angles, the same game, just to play like the original was. Man, it could be a possibility. Think about it guys. There she is, Cherry Berry. A huge victim to all this. But it's good to see she's okay and looking well in the new engine. Good for her. Hey, there's Melvin, and it looks like he's about to retire from the police force. Also, he doesn't look very well at this point. One of the things that we can see right there in the picture is that it kind of looks like he's looking at somebody, or somebody's looking at him and he's just looking back. I don't know, but he looks weird. He looks off. Sorry guys, I'm so lost. I spent hours and hours trying to decipher whose shadow is this. But I failed to find any information. I just found that this person goes for the name of Carla Wong. Nah, just kidding. Oh, this is a good one. The famous secret agent that works for her own hopes and desires, where her integrity goes to the one that is willing to pay the greatest bid, the one and only Agent Ada Wong. This takes us back to the famous scene where Ada makes her debut looking for her boyfriend, husband, some guy that she knows. We are in the RPD garage. Leon falls for this lady the moment that he sees her, but Ada has no interest for this handsome young man. What a waste, what a waste. Well, this image we see Ada wearing a classic detective brown coat with a gun. We can see they outdated her outfit from the last time around. Hopefully it will stay close to its original source, like for example on the Dark Side Chronicle she's shown with an updated version, but also I hope they don't do a copy paste of this outfit. Oh my, what is that? Killer! Ah! Don't worry guys, again, that's not real Leon, that's the stunt double. Everything's good. Alright everyone, that brings us to the epic conclusion of this video. If you make it all the way into the end, I'll give you a big hand. Thank you so much for staying all the way. Hope it was entertaining and informative. Please, if you have any questions or would like to add anything to this video, please do so in the comments down below. It took me a long time to make this video. I made it as best as possible with the resources I had and up to my knowledge. Thank you to all my subscribers and to my regular viewers for the massive support they always provide. If you like this video and would like me to do more trailer breakdown on video games and maybe movies, please make it a notice in the comments below. And with that, thank you so much once more. Remember, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you like the channel, hit that subscribe button. Also hit the bell icon to stay notified for the next video or stream. And just a heads up, I just opened my Patreon account. If you guys are interested in the things I had to offer, I'll leave a link in the description below. And with that, this is Jester Hut Productions. My name is Tino, and I'll see you next time.